We're off to feed the rabbits. We put them in the greenhouse in the winter. It's not that they couldn't tolerate the cold, at least not the extreme cold, but the cold wind's not good for them. So they're nice and protected in here. And the nice thing is it's been very warm. Their water hasn't even froze the last couple of weeks, which is nice, but it's cold. So I like to give them some warm water several times a day. In fact, it's too warm for this jacket, but it's my chore jacket and it's got big pockets, so I don't have to have multiple hands. I got multiple pockets to carry what I need. Nighttime, when right before bed, I bring them some last water, just one in case it froze, but also to warm them up a little. So I keep a flashlight with me as well. We used to have lights on here, but they aren't working right now. Hey girls, boys. I like to give them a little carrot, usually in the morning or at night. That's a doe there, you can tell by that double chin. She probably won't do it, but this one will sometimes help open the cage door for me. But of course, you know, when working with animals, they don't do what you want them to do typically. So it's kind of convenient having them close to the house, especially if it's, there she goes. See, she's opening her little cage door for me. She wants her hay. She won't leave. They like their cages. They're, on occasion, there's times I forget to put their little lock on it, and they don't try to escape because they feel comfortable in their home. She's a doe as well. What you doing, Mama? Here's your carrot. And then, of course, I give them hay once a day because I want them to eat their kibble. Now, during the gardening season, they get a lot of treats, not only from me, but some friends who have excess or, you know, carrot tops, things like that. So it does help reduce their food consumption. However, unless they're have babies, they don't really eat that much. A tuna can a day, maybe twice, but it seems like these particular rabbits only want their once a day tuna can of food. So it's a good way to measure, because one, just like humans, you don't want to get them fat, so when they're pregnant, they won't have problems, one, getting pregnant, two, giving birth. So you do have to be careful about that. Oh. They're somewhat spoiled, I guess. Hold on there, let me get you your food. They do love that hay. I put it on them tiles so it won't fall through, and a lot of it goes to waste, but sometimes they move it off. But right now it's kind of good hay. We buy our hay from a farmer about an hour from us, good alfalfa. That's where we used to get our goat hay as well. It's really high quality. He actually has a degree in soil management and stuff like that, and he's done a really good job of getting the fields up and running and high quality food. It's kind of neat. Here it is, mid-December, and my catmint is still green. Isn't that amazing? I don't water, well, herbs don't really need water. I did water about a month ago when I pumped some water from our well, but normally by now it's just, you know, dead, like the marigolds and things like that are. I didn't clean it up in the fall. It's a couple reasons. That gives me something to do in the early spring when we can't plant yet. So, you know, it's kind of nice to remind me what I had here. Also, the greenhouse is very helpful in storing things for the winter. And then we'll clean it all out when we need to work in here. So, and every year, I'm not sure what I'm going to plant in here. It's rather hot to work in here. So, you know, I got to either work in the night or I got to work in the evening. And sometimes at the evening, I'd rather just not be in the gardens anymore if I spent, you know, 5, 6, 7 hours in the other gardens. And here's where Jessie sits and makes kindle. This is some really good dry wood. There's this kindle cracker right there. It's always helpful to have some kindling around to start the fires. But I do have to go through a lot of this stuff. We tend to hoard a little bit because you never know when you're going to use it. You know, and I do start 99% of my plants. And if I have a seed failure, or you know, seedling failure, then I might buy something, or I see something unusual or really good buy, or I didn't plant enough, so I might buy some things in town. But typically you can see all my seed starting stuff is right here. And there you have it. Greenhouse is dormant right now other than the rabbits. The nice thing about it is their manure, very good manure, and because they're vegetarians, you can use it right away. You won't get salmonella, etc. But I typically like to mature it a little bit, especially since it's got a lot of hay seeds in it from the hay. Unlike straw, straw has seeds, but not as much as the alfalfa does. But it's worth it. They like it, huh? Gosh. All right, there you go. Oh, I get my water bottles.
This whole rack, there's actually 2 racks here. The tall one in the back and the shorter one was filled with firewood. No longer, we used it all. So we used only about a quart of firewood, and here it is mid-December. So we need to restack a bunch of firewood on the porch here so we can have easy access to load our wood stove. Let me show you guys something. See that sheen? Good morning, everyone. Look, short sleeve shirt. It's like 30-something degrees. It's badass. It's great. Anyway, see that sheen that's coming across the snow? That's actually ice. So we had some rain, and it wasn't like a heavy rain. It was like a mist. It's kind of cool because it just soaked the snow and then froze, and it left everything with that kind of sheen. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's just, it looks so neat. Anyway, we're going to get ready to start another project here. I'm not saying we're abandoning the last one. It's just I sort of lost interest in it. I need something else right now. I'd like to definitely have it before Christmas. So yeah, need to make something bigger. Anyway, you can see my little stand out here now that the snow's melted away a little bit everywhere. It's just such a mess. You get scraps laying everywhere here. I want to clean it up, but a lot of it's frozen to the ground. And I really do need to organize my material container, which is over there. And the last thing I want to do is just start throwing stuff in it, because then I start tripping over it. So I'll wait till spring. I know where everything's at. Let me show you a new tool I got. Into the shop we go. All right. Oh, a little bit chilly in here. Here we are again out in the metal shop, and that's where we're going to stay probably till March, April, May. More like March probably. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to show you, this is a Chicago Electric 3-inch cutoff tool that I've been using routinely. And it comes in quite handy in a pinch. I think I gave like between 20 and 30 bucks for it. And these cutoff wheels, they're 3/8" arbor, 3-inch cutoff discs. And they work pretty good, especially if you need to cut a nail off a board real quick or trim a piece of work that you're working on real quick. The only problem with it, it's really hard to see your work. This is cumbersome. It's lightweight, but it's cumbersome, and it doesn't really, I mean, it works well for what it's designed to do. And like I said, I use it quite a bit to trim work and things like that, but you can't really cut a straight line because you have to cut in this direction, sideways. It faces forward. It's a pain in the ass. And so, yeah, nonetheless, this is what I have been using, but I've replaced this. So now this will be relegated to cabinet status backup. It's true. I replaced it with this. This is a Dewalt 3-inch, same exact as this, only significantly more money. This was 150 bucks versus 20 to 30 bucks, and you always get what you pay for, right? That's what everyone tells us, right? You get what you pay for, and it's true. So anyway, I could see me using this constantly because of its convenience more than anything else. Because it's not tethered, it's battery operated, it's powerful, it has a 3-inch cutoff disc with 3/8-inch arbor. You can buy these at Harbor Freight all day long for cheap. Multiple cutoff discs for cheap. It comes with a multi-material blade, I guess you'd call it, and this shroud, so you can cut straight lines, much like a circular saw. You could, you know, set your ruler or whatever on your workpiece and just cut straight lines. Or if you need a certain depth, you can do that. And this pops right off. Let me show you this, which is pretty neat. Oops. It's still new to me. Give me a second here. Oh, I see. You just pull up on it. I see now. Okay. Yeah, this pops right off of there. When you learn how to use it, it pops right off. Let's see if we can do that again. Okay, yeah, it pops on. Okay, this is operator error here. There we go. See how nice that is? And then we just pull up on that and it pops right off. Okay, I got it now. Anyway, see that? So I can see me using this quite a bit, going around corners. I think you could, it just feels more professional. And it should. It's Dewalt, right? It has a forward and a reverse on it. Not really sure why you would need a reverse in a cutoff saw, but I guess it's something that I'll grow into, right? So I'm looking forward to putting this in our new arsenal of tools for metalwork. And I just thought I'd share that with you. And right now is a great time to buy Dewalt tools at Home Depot. Everything is at least 100 bucks off. That was as of yesterday when I looked. They don't sell this in any of the big box stores, I've noticed. Because, you know, after you buy something, like I said, if I didn't, but I'll say it now, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but I gave 150 bucks for this. And so you kind of wonder if you got a deal or not, so you start to look at the big box stores already after you bought it to see how much they want for it. They don't sell them. I've never even seen this tool before until I saw it for the first time advertised on Amazon, because, you know, Amazon knows if you have an interest in certain things. They know, believe me, and they'll put it up as you go to your home page on Amazon. You'll see it there and it'll be taunting you. The picture of it will be like hypnotizing to you. It'll be taunting you. And you'll see it like 10 times. You're like, oh, okay, I gotta have it. And then you'll buy it. And you start to feel bad. You'll wonder if you got a deal or not, or if you at least paid a fair price for it. So you'll start to look around whenever you're in the hardware stores to see how much they want for it over there. But I have never seen a tool like this before I saw it on Amazon. And it feels really well made. It feels very professional. And I'm looking forward to trying this out for the first time, and especially cutting expanded steel. This is going to be so much easier. You can just go along the edge here and see, versus one-handed versus the typical way that I've always done it. Oh, let me see here. Oh, here they are. I moved everything around. Yeah, here we are. All right. The two-handed method, right? Versus the one-handed. Oh, you could be drinking your coffee, and here, not so much. It's heavy. See that? Yeah. Old people look for easier way to do shit all the time. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. We're going to get started on another project here in the next day or so. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Well, I kind of am, but I'm so wishy-washy I could change my mind. I tell you what it is, but tomorrow I could change my mind. So, we'll get started on it here right quick pronto. So I'll talk to you then.